Do you want a rebate for the system that you're installing? Well, do you know about TVA's program called escore? I'm Tad, you're watching Tips for Homeowners. Today I'm going to try to help you get incentives for the next install that you do. So TVA has a program called escore. You can type in toescore.com and you can check out the programs they offer. Instructions on there. There is a portal to where you can log in and have a site ID for your location. And there is a quality contractor network that I'm actually part of, a QCN program. It's contractors that are going by the TVA standards to be able to offer customers the best type of work install, whether it's duct sealing, whether it's new windows, doors, whether it's new attic insulation or HVAC install or a duct system sealing. So let's talk about incentives first. The first one is if you go from non-electric to electric, which is a gas unit to a heat pump, there's a $1,000 rebate that you can get. Okay, so that's $1,000. I've been able to offer a lot of upgrades over the last 10 years using escore, and I've been able to get a lot of customers these kind of upgrades. It makes a big deal on an install when I can change a unit and then they get $1,000. Okay, plus they get a free inspection. So that's one other thing. You get a peace of mind of knowing that the job was done correctly because you have an inspector there that goes over not only the scope of the install but also checks capacity and such as that. But $1,000 back from non-electric to electric. If you invest in a dual fuel heat pump, if you go from non-electric like gas, just strictly natural gas or propane, and you go to a dual fuel unit, which is using a heat pump until it gets to a certain temperature, which is around the 35-degree range, then you switch over to gas. That's a dual fuel. Dual fuel incentive is $500 per system. You have 2 units, that's $1,000. So non-electric to electric, dual fuel heat pump, if you upgrade, you get a $500 check after the install. Mini split, non-electric to electric. If you get a mini split, you had a non-electric system and you go to a mini split, it's $400 per system. So either one of those, that's 3 actual incentives through TVA that you wouldn't have gotten in any other program. So let's talk about the requirements for TVA. So there's a few requirements. When you install a new HVAC system, the actual contractor, if going by TVA standards, has to check this list. I'm going to show you the list. First, I'm going to show you the incentives. Incentives were right there. And then this right here is the list of requirements that the actual contractor has to make sure that he does. Okay, let's go through it. So it has to have equipment size is based on the manual J. So they have to use a program, a software to make sure that they size it properly, inputting all the different R values and U values. 95% to 125% total cooling load tested at plus or minus 10%. A balance point does not exceed 35 degrees, that's heat pump only, so balance point does not exceed that. Airflow and velocity meets TVA standards. Now what I mean about that, average return face velocity is 500 feet per minute or lower. So they have to measure the return and make sure it's not going over that. Average supply face velocity is between 400 to 700 feet per minute. So they have to measure, they have to take and measure all of the face velocity on all your supplies. So all those vents that blow in your house, they're making sure each one of them is within that parameter. If not, it has to be adjusted. Outdoor unit is minimum of 4 inches from any exhaust vent, like dryer vent. Outdoor unit minimum clearance 18 inches for intake, so they're making sure that site preparations have been done and that the actual clearance around the unit is 18 inches. And 4 feet discharge, so on top where it blows the air, they're making sure it's 4-foot discharge. A minimum of 1 return air grill on each level of the home, and they advise the customer to install a CO monitor. So today I just wanted to talk about HVAC and TVA and how not only do you get a free inspection, but you get incentives, and then the contractor has to make sure that he's using the minimum requirements to be able to ensure that TVA standards are in place so that not only the capacity and the performance of the unit is correct, but that it's going to last. So guys, TVA, escore, check it out. Go to the website. If you need any more information, comment below. And I appreciate you guys watching. I hope that you get the incentives that you deserve, especially if you're installing a new heat pump. Thanks for watching.